If you've ever searched clinical research jobs and got overwhelmed by titles like CRA, CRC, CDM, PV, you're not alone. Every one of these is a real career with real salaries, and most students don't know which one to pick. So in this video, I'm breaking down 8 major roles in clinical research, what they actually do, and what they pay in India versus the US. Let's get into it. Clinical Research Coordinator, CRC. Let's start at the entry point most people take. A clinical research coordinator works directly at the hospital or trial site. They recruit patients, get consent forms signed, schedule visits, and make sure the day-to-day running of the trial happens smoothly. Think of them as the person on the ground, closest to the patient. In India, freshers typically start around 2.5 to 4.5 LPA, with experienced coordinators earning 6 to 10 LPA in bigger hospitals or CROs. In the US, the average sits around $74,000 a year, with a typical range of $58,000 to $95,000, and top earners crossing $118,000. This role is a great starting point if you like patient interaction and want to understand trials from the ground up. Clinical Research Associate, or CRA, monitors clinical trial sites to make sure everyone is following the protocol and good clinical practice. They visit sites, review documents, check patient data against source records, and basically make sure the trial is being run correctly and ethically. In India, entry level is around 2.4 to 5.1 LPA. In the US, entry-level CRAs earn roughly $70,000 to $85,000, mid-level $85,000 to $105,000, and senior CRAs often cross $105,000 to $130,000 or more. Clinical Project Manager. Once you spend a few years as a CRA or in trial operations, this is often the next big jump. A clinical project manager oversees the entire trial, timelines, budgets, vendor coordination, and making sure every function, data, safety, regulatory, is moving together toward the same deadline. It's less hands-on with patients and much more about managing people and moving parts. In India, this role pays significantly more, typically 15 to 23 LPA. In the US, the average is around $130,000, with a typical range of $104,000 to $163,000, and senior clinical project managers earning $150,000 or more. This is a leadership track role, great if you enjoy the big picture view over hands-on execution. Clinical Data Management. Every trial generates enormous amounts of patient data, and someone has to make sure it's clean, accurate, and ready for analysis. That's clinical data management. CDM professionals design databases, run data validation checks, resolve queries, and lock the database once the trial is complete. It's detail-oriented, tech-adjacent work, a great fit if you like structure and precision more than people-facing work. In India, freshers start around 2.5 to 4.5 LPA. In the US, the average is about $112,000 a year, with a typical range of $85,000 to $153,000, and managers overseeing CDM teams earning $130,000 plus. Pharmacovigilance, PV. This is patient safety after the science. Pharmacovigilance professionals monitor, assess, and report adverse events and side effects both during trials and after a drug hits the market. Entry-level PV associates process safety cases and do medical coding. With experience, you move into signal detection, safety report writing, and eventually medical safety leadership. In India, freshers typically earn 2.8 to 5.5 LPA. With 5+ years of experience, this can cross 18 to 25 LPA, and medical safety reviewers or physicians can earn 40 LPA or more. In the US, entry level is around $55,000 to $75,000, and experienced PV specialists average close to $98,000, with senior professionals crossing $120,000. India is actually a global hub for PV outsourcing, so this field has strong, steady demand here. Next up is medical writing. Medical writers turn complex clinical data into clear documents, protocols, clinical study reports, manuscripts, and regulatory submissions. It needs a mix of scientific understanding and strong writing skills, You're translating dense trial data for regulators, doctors, or the public, depending on the document. In India, the average is around 5.25 to 6 LPA, with a typical range of 3.7 to 7.5 LPA, and senior medical writers earning 8.5 to 13 LPA or more. In the US, averages vary by source, but sit roughly between $75,000 and $120,000, with senior and scientific medical writers often earning $150,000 plus. If you enjoy writing and have the patience to get scientific accuracy exactly right, this is a rewarding niche. Biostatistics. This is one of the highest paying and most technical roles on this list. Biostatisticians design the statistical plan for a trial, how many patients are needed, how the data will be analyzed, and whether the results are statistically meaningful. This role usually needs a master's or PhD in statistics or biostatistics. In India, entry-level biostatisticians earn around 4 to 5.5 LPA, with mid-career professionals reaching 9 to 14 LPA, and senior biostatisticians crossing 20 LPA. In the US, the median sits between $86,000 and $139,000, with an overall median total pay around $127,000, among the highest paid roles in this list. Regulatory affairs professionals prepare and manage submissions to health authorities like the FDA, EMA, or India's CDSCO, making sure every document, label, and trial result meets each country's legal requirements before and after a drug is approved. In India, and experienced regulatory professionals handling global submissions can earn 15 to 30 LPA or more. In the US, the average is around $110,000, with a typical range of $86,000 to $143,000. So that's 8 roles, 8 different paths. Notice the pattern. Salaries grow a lot with specialization and experience. If you're just starting out, comment which role sounds most interesting to you, and I'll make a deep dive video on it. If this helped clear things up, hit save so you can come back to it, and share it with a friend who's confused about which clinical research role to choose. See you in the next one.